Hello! Yeah, it's me. Again. But this time I'm alone. Yes. Because this is my segment. Yes, I'm pretty excited about it. And we've been talking about this for a while in our podcast, that we'll be having a lot of segments, well, different sorts of segments. And this somehow, it was not really intended, but it somehow came first. অহিনার আমি কথা বলতেছিলাম অহিনম্যান প্রাঙ্গন শুরু করে দে তোর সেগমেন্টটা. No man, yeah, sure, I have so much ready, so much prepared, but well, here I am now with nothing at hand and a whole episode record. But well, see, I'm a good improviser, so I have a little thing ready for you guys. But before we begin, I want to talk about what we're going to talk about in this, not we, just me, yeah, in this segment. And this segment is kind of about me and my thoughts, and almost that's all, really. So I'll be trying to give you some stuff, some content, by reciting some poetry, reading, or music, doing some music, art, and that sort of stuff mainly. But I'll also have a couple guests, perhaps. I wish to, yeah. And if you're an artist or photographer, or especially a poet, I love poets, I love poetry. If you're a poet, do mail us at ashpashapodcast@gmail.com, because we really would love to collaborate. I would, at least I could read your poem. I'd love that. I'd really love that. English, Bangla, I can do everything. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Welcome to Pran's Monologue. কবিতা, হ্যাঁ। তো আজকের এপিসোডে আমি আপনাদের একটা কবিতা পড়ে শোনাবো, বিকজ আমার অ্যাকচুয়ালি কিছুই রেডি ছিল না. I didn't know what to do, what I'm gonna do. I came totally unprepared. Yeah, but it's gonna be special. It's still gonna be special because it's one of my most favorite poems and my most favorite writers. See, it's absolutely brilliant, this poem. I love it. Okay, anyway, so yeah, poems. Yeah, we were talking about poems, right? Yeah. So poems I love because, see, they use so little words and make so much more sense than that. And it's not just that. I had no idea when I just started to read poems, that poems could be simple, they could be small, they could be very, very, very modern, right? And I used to feel that thing that a poem needs to be deep, it has to be something of a heavy hitter, but really it's not. It's just about those little tiny dot of a metaphor that really strikes hard inside that small point of your heart. And that's why I thought, just read them a poem. Just read them this poem. It's absolutely what you just described. So this poem is about the end of the world, and it's by Mr. Neil Gaiman, and I'm gonna read this to you now. So here goes. The Day the Sources Came, by Neil Gaiman. That day the saucers landed, hundreds of them, golden, silent, coming down from the sky like great snowflakes. And the people of Earth stood and stared as they descended, waiting dry-mouthed to find out what waited inside for us, and none of us knowing if we would be here tomorrow. But you did not notice this, because that day, the day the saucers came, by some strange coincidence, was the day that the graves gave up their dead and the zombies pushed up through the soft earth or erupted, shambling and dull-eyed, unstoppable, came towards us, the living, and we screamed and ran. But you did not notice this, because on the saucer day, which was the zombie day, it was Ragnarok also, and the television screens showed us a ship built of dead men's nails, a serpent, a wolf, all bigger than the mind could hold, and the cameraman could not get far enough away, and then the gods came out. But you did not see them coming, because on the saucer zombie battling gods day, the floodgates broke, and each of us engulfed by genies and spirits offering us wishes and wonders and eternities and charm and cleverness and true brave hearts and pots of gold, while giants fee-fo fummed across the land and killer bees. But you had no idea of any of this, because that day, the saucer day, the zombie day, the Ragnarok and fairies day, the day the great winds came and snows and the cities turned to crystal, the day all plants died, plastics dissolved, the day the computers turned the screens telling us we would obey, the day angels, drunk and muddled, stumbled from the bars and all the bells of London were sounded, the day animals spoke us in Assyrian, the Yeti day, the fluttering capes and the arrival of the time machine day. You did not notice any of this, because you were sitting in your room, not doing anything, not even reading, not really, just looking at your telephone, wondering if I was going to call. Yeah, so I really had to take a moment there, because, this poem really strikes you hard. I read it when I was 16 and I absolutely fell in love with this poem. I read it 17 times in a row and it felt all the same every time. It's just so touching. Not because it's about the end of the world, it's absolutely not about that. It's about, I feel at least, that this poem is what it actually represents is love and definitely longing. That telephone part, it totally shifts and drifts the whole landscape of this poem, and I think that's the metaphor to it. So yeah, there was your poem for today. I hope you like it. Almost forgot. হ্যাঁ, আমিও ভাবছিলাম যে আমি একটা ছোটখাটো সাইলেন্ট দিয়ে এপিসোডটা শেষ করে দেবো, but well, that's not happening. I'm gonna keep talking. যাই হোক, we are media partners to this online event. It's called Conquest of Knowledge. You can check their event page on Facebook, and it's hosted by The Art of War and Node Basket, and they have essay competitions and stuff. They're practically doing a very good job for an online event. There's politics Olympiad, war Olympiad, political idol based essay, redefining the economic system, submission based. It's practically everything. And these guys, they're kind of friends of ours from Notre Dame College, but they're really doing a great job, and I feel you should really not waste time and register for it. And if you like the poem or the reading, do let me know and suggest me, if you can, some poems or short stories or anything you want me to read out in this segment of the episodes, because I love to read, man. I'd do anything for reading. Yeah, so that's about it. And we're on Spotify, Google, and Apple, so subscribe and follow now. there's the soft silent. Bye bye. Wait, no, I was kidding. God, I'm not gonna leave you in silence. I'm gonna say bye bye.